That will shock the finance minister for now.
This is really a tough situation that's happening here. The Alternative for Germany has worked on draft laws, submitted amendments because the Social Democratic Party blocked them. This is now being proven by the media, among others, especially after there were supposed to be tax breaks in Thuringia. Patrols, basically a citizens' militia that is supposed to be set up, and many other things. Not only is the firewall against the left completely burning down, but the firewall against the right is also completely burning down. Let's take a look at what's going on with these topics today, and I'll tell you how you're currently being taken for fools. Of course, you've heard about the issue with Reich, and you've also heard about the carbon dioxide 2 tax issue. Let's take a look at that first. And it's really, really important. Keep that in mind before I leak the report to you in a moment, the one that was sent to the DPA, where it clearly states the Alternative for Germany is working on draft laws.
The Christian Democratic Union minister is said to be angry that 2 draft laws were leaked to the press at an early stage. Now she wants to unmask the mole.
But now just imagine what would be going on here in Germany. If the Alternative for Germany were to introduce amendments in the economics ministries, then Social Democratic Party members and even Antifa would be tearing this country apart. I'm about to prove to you that these chat logs actually exist and just how explosive they already are. And for that, we should briefly listen to the legal situation again, because it's actually pretty clear. If you want news that hasn't been controlled by the Greens, then feel free to leave me a like and a subscription. That would really support me, because YouTube doesn't want to support me anymore since I'm telling you the truth. I'm not hiding these things that so many other media outlets love to keep secret. Thank you so much.
Because the boss may expect loyalty from his employees, but he shouldn't monitor the person behind the employee. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, to sum it up very briefly, if you were to forward something from the internal accounts to the press, that would be illegal. But if you do that from your private accounts to the press, then that's still illegal, but your boss isn't allowed to monitor it. And now just imagine that for a moment. I'll explain it in a second. Let's just say, for example, an Alternative for Germany representative submitted an amendment in the area of migration policy because the Social Democratic Party didn't want to go along with it. Just try to picture that for a moment. By the way, that actually happened. And now just imagine, we really need tax cuts here. For example, we would absolutely have to abolish a carbon dioxide 2 tax here in Germany, and that would come from the Alternative for Germany. Just picture that for a moment and feel free to tell me what you think would be going on here in Germany.
Should the government temporarily stop collecting taxes on fuel? Well, that would definitely shock the finance minister at first, and the federal budget would also suffer. But the people in Germany, 61% tell us, yes, they would think that's the right thing to do.
The problem that this isn't being implemented is due to just one party. I'll show you right away. It's the Social Democratic Party. They don't want to go along with migration policy. They don't want to go along with tax cuts. This party, even now in Rhineland-Palatinate, for example, wants to make deportations impossible in Rhineland-Palatinate. That's the dream of the Social Democratic Party, and the horror of the Christian Democratic Union
Will rely on this carbon dioxide 2 tax.
For the moment.
Yes, of all things, the carbon dioxide 2 tax is specifically there to make the price of fossil energy go up. And again, about 2/3 of people in Germany, actually, I have the exact number, 64%, tell us they would think it's right if the carbon dioxide 2 tax were abolished.
You saw that very clearly. Only 50% of Social Democratic Party members want that, so not the leadership, because she still wants to pursue much more, how should I put it, destructive policies against this country. And now, as I promised you, this article from Bild newspaper hit like a bomb. And I wonder why no one has addressed it in a video yet. And just look at what has come out there. So, and it's not just Bild newspaper reporting this, but also the DPA. excellent cooperation with the Alternative for Germany. Secret chat group incriminates union politicians. And these incriminating facts that exist, I've broken them down for you step by step. There are extremely explosive details about them. Ask yourself, did you really expect them to work together like that? For me, it was pretty new though, and that was also in the last few days that it kept happening in Europe, in Thuringia. Yes, the Christian Democratic Union voted with the Alternative for Germany or even with the left, and that somehow suggested to me that something is changing drastically. They absolutely want to keep their power, and if that's the only way left, then soon we'll be talking to everyone. So, the first controversial text, in which the European People's Party also took suggestions from the office of an Alternative for Germany politician into account. Chief Weber said he doesn't monitor employees' chat groups. He didn't deny it. That's what I meant at the beginning, what Reike is doing right now with the emails. They still want to exercise a bit of control now. But the thing is blowing up right in their faces, including the clap emojis that are involved. The Alternative for Germany submits a proposal and says something like, yes, we need to make this stricter. And the Christian Democratic Union just applauds and immediately says, yes, this will never be implemented with the Social Democratic Party. Furthermore, it is said that reason is returning to the European Union Parliament, cooperation across party lines instead of hiding behind firewalls. I'm still sick with a cold, so I'm not up for reading. Wherever the Alternative for Germany is involved in decisions, things improve for citizens. Whether it's tax cuts in Thuringia, patrols that are being sent out, or simplified deportations in Europe and here as well, just remember, now even the turnaround. So von der Leyen has always been the biggest nuclear phase-out fanatic after Merkel. Above all, she says, oh, it was a mistake, and then the kicker at the end. Whether the EVB has worked so closely with right-wing factions in the past as the chat logs now suggest is unclear. Of course not. They just know that if they want to gain this power, they'll join some group. Right or left, the Social Democratic Party and also the Greens, they're dead, they're finished. And I think that was really a great special broadcast for Sunday. Maybe in the future we can all think about it. Yeah, maybe things will get better after all. My glimmer of hope on a Sunday morning, I just think it's great that people are slowly starting to talk to everyone, no matter who it is.